Hi, it's Britt and Jess, and this is another episode of Basic Banter for Witches.
Every week, we dive into topics that resonate with us on our spiritual journey. Enjoy! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Basic Banter for Witches. It is Jessica. I swear, I said this the last time that we're not going to do any more solo episodes, but this one is like the wrap up to Uncle Ian. So I was like, okay, you know what? I started it. I'm going to finish it. So that's why you're just hearing my voice this week. We're coming up to the end of the year. So we have, some exciting things coming. You're going to see some regular episodes from us for the next couple weeks. I don't think we're going to take any time off. Fuck that. We love this too much. So, I do want to say every time I talk to you guys, I'm literally giddy. I love it. It's fantastic. You guys bring us so much serotonin, and we just enjoy doing this, and we look forward to bringing you guys some more shows in the new year. But anyway, so that's my little catch up. Brittany is, around. It is where am I? I'm recording this on a Thursday, so the 2 days before this is released. It's 11:30 a.m. and so it would in where I am in Ireland, and it is 5:30 a.m. where my sister is. So I did not want to drag her ass out of bed to come and sit here and hum and haw with me. So anyways, so you get me. I hope that's cool. This is part 2 to Uncle Ian. So just before we kind of dig right into the recording, this part of it, we are going to be talking a little bit more about, the depths of maybe not the fully religious aspects of it. But we kind of do. I personally have you'll read it in the, or you'll read it. You'll hear it in the recording. I kind of discussed a little bit of what my faith looks like right now. I mentioned it probably again. Okay, this episode is wine influenced. Not right now. I wish it was, but it's not. But the recording is. We do get into, again, the religious side. I was raised Catholic. I say that about 4 times in this recording, which I'm sorry is a repetitive thing. Kind of the beginnings of that to where we are now, my experience, we kind of chatted about. And kind of building a faith in, something new and unknown, and, kind of what, the spiritualism side of this is. So, of course, this is just his aspect. This isn't verbatim across the world. This is just one religion and through his eyes and my observing eyes. So, we just appreciate you guys checking in, and I hope you enjoy. I'll probably interject at some point. I don't know when. Otherwise, you'll definitely hear from me by the end of the episode. So enjoy. Works for you. Works for me. I realized that I didn't even get you to introduce yourself. I just basically started talking.
That's fine.
And an hour in, I'm like, shit.
We are in Bexley Psychiatric Home for the mentally insane. My name's Ian. And I always say I'm a developing medium, because you never stop developing all the way through the life. You're developing all the time. So, it's a wonderful, wonderful experience. But please go in, if you're going to do mediumship, go in with your eyes open, with lots of patience.
Very good. That's awesome. Do you think that anybody else in your family has your gift or similar gifts?
It's not come to my awareness. It's never been mentioned, because all the family, even Mum, says, "Where'd you get it from?"
Yeah.
Because when I go and demonstrate down in the church down in Weymouth, Steve in Ireland, when I go and demonstrate there, and how'd you do it? And the thing is, that's a wonderful question. How'd you do it? I really don't know.
Yeah.
Spirit,
Could it be, your spirit guide, your grandfather, maybe had more to it than he ever let up?
Maybe there's hidden talents there, or there's something going back in the generations. I don't know through the tree. I really don't know, but why do I do it? I do it because of the love and the enjoyment I see in people's faces when you bring the loved one through. How do I do it? That's a question. I don't know.
You just...
I don't know. I wish I knew the answer. All I can turn around and say is, obviously, spirit, and spirit is God, want me to do it, want me to give that message out that life goes on.
Yeah.
You know. And this is just as easy if you abuse the mediumship, as we spoke earlier, about for fame and fortune. As quick as you get it, as quick as they can take it away.
Yeah. That's right. Anybody can adapt that gift, but for the good.
Good.
Of course,
absolutely.
Like, we don't typically... I shouldn't say... We've talked about, like, not lower vibrational spirits. We've talked about them, obviously, but we don't dabble in anything low vibrational or dark magic or, you know, anything that's
I mean...
We acknowledge that it exists because we cannot have light without the dark.
Yeah.
Right? But it's just not where we...
I've been very, very lucky because I've always said when I very first started meditating and that, I only want to work with the white light.
Yeah.
I only want to work with love and truth. So I've been really, really lucky that...
Robin, come over here. Go to your bed. Sorry, go on.
No negative spirits have actually... come to me when I've been demonstrating.
Yeah.
I've been really lucky. But they do, without me realising, is because I can, if I don't close down properly, because it's very, very important to open up to spirit and shut down from spirit. If you leave yourself open, then you open yourself to any vibration of negativity as well. And, you know, I've woke up some mornings where I haven't closed down and gone to work and I've been, what you say, moody, blaspheming and swearing and everything, you know. And I think to myself, halfway through the day, it's not me, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But I don't realise I'm attracting all this negativity without realising I haven't closed down.
Yeah.
And it's so important to have your psychic protection. Luckily, I don't get them swearing in my head and whatever. So like, it's just me doing it, but it's their energy on me.
Yeah.
So then when I feel like that, when I come down and meditate, then I clear my energy.
Yeah.
And that's you going in. That's when you start meditating and doing mediumship. That's what you learn through your psychic protection. So
we've talked about that.
Yeah, there's lots and lots into it for yourself and anyone who wishing to do it. Is important is opening up and closing down. Yeah, really very important.
There's truly some things that I don't do. Actually, I spoke with Nick, your son, earlier today about and you know what, and his beliefs are his beliefs, and I totally respect those things. As I know he respects mine in return. We were talking about Ouija boards, and like I am I will only use one with company that knows how to start and close, and typically you know, you set your protection up, you have to, and you know, and then when we're done. I don't mess around with those. I don't. There was a like a food tray. Halloween just passed, right? And it was like food tray, and it was a Ouija board pattern. Like it had everything on there, and that, you know, it had everything on there. Like, I don't care if it's like €10. I'm not bringing that in my house, like, because it takes one silly person with a biscuit or whatever to try and. Of course. Because anything, again, it's an extension of us, right? We can what we give energy to. Yeah. I'm like, I couldn't even have a novelty item like that in my possession, because I'm not confident enough that somebody else wouldn't be like, oh, it's funny. It's like, no, it's not funny. I take that like seriously, and we swear on this podcast. I hope that's okay. So just so you know, if there's
you can blaspheme as much as you want.
Just so I don't surprise you with an F-bomb one of these days. But right, that's again, and whoever, whatever your beliefs are, if they're 50-50, if they're full on, whatever the case is. So there's just some things that I won't. I've gladly participated, but with the right guide, right? Like I pick and choose who I practice with, say. Yeah. Like, again, my mature self has realized that it's all fun and games until it's not. until it's like, no, people can get hurt and things can happen. And when we're not closing down.
The thing is, you only build that negativity with yourself.
Yeah.
And people say, like, with negative spirits and everything, it's only your negative thought and that brings it in. So that's when, as I say, when you do the mediumship and that, most important is opening, closing down and working with the white light. Yeah. If you want to go in the negative way, you can.
Yeah, it's there.
Absolutely. I do a lot of house clearings. And I do a lot of ghost hunts with Steve.
Yeah.
Over here.
Uncle Steve will come in a future podcast. Don't worry, he's coming.
Yeah, that's my brother. Yeah, he's got a wonderful energy, my brother.
Yes.
When we do the ghost hunts, the spirit hunts and ghost hunts, you're looking for the energy of the people and that attract and whatever. Steve's got this wonderful energy about him. He's got such a wonderful panaz. Steve is such a bubbly character.
He is.
Well,
he's the proudest big brother. I hope you know that.
Oh, no,
he is so proud of you. He is like, he brags about you. My cousin Sasha was with us when we did the last ghost hunt, and he's like, well, it was wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Like, he glows when he talks about your gift. Do you know what I mean? I think, and it comes back to how I would love this for myself. I think he would love that for himself, but I think the fact that he's come to terms that his gift is his gift. Yeah, and your gift is a gift above all. Do you know what I mean? That's where
my brother's got a wonderful gift. When we've done the ghost hunts, I would tune into the mediumship side of everything. He's got the wonderful gift of making the group feel welcome. He's got this wonderful aura about him to make you laugh, make you feel comfortable. Yeah. So when you go in all these dark places and people are thinking, and you open the Ouija board or the pendulums and everything, because they're all tools. Yes, they're all tools.
Extensions of yourself. You do not need these items, but
you don't need them. The cards.
It's like the first step.
They're just a comfort thing.
Exactly. It's easy to use them because they're available.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
And he, in the table tip, in the glasses, it's wonderful because it's all energy. Everything's energy. Everything's energy. And he's got this wonderful gift of making you welcome. Well, I do the mediumship side, and we bounced off each other, and we should have done a company, but unfortunately moved to Ireland. But
you want to retire down to southern
brilliant.
England. You should probably just retire to Ireland. I think it might be the calling. I mean,
yes.
I'm just saying. There's a lot of old stuff there.
Oh, absolutely. There's loads, you can tune into so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, and Steve is a wonderful soul. Yeah. He's a wonderful person, wonderful soul. Yeah. And it's a shame don't spend so much time with him, which, as we're getting older, maybe we will.
But you know what, that's always, that is the thing of life. It's like, you have to get through. You have to live your own life first, and then, we kind of get to rekindle those relationships. We've never lost them, but it's like we get to reignite them when we have the time and the passion, right? I will say, when I did a ghost hunt with him a few weeks ago, which again will be in a future podcast, I hope to do a full interview with him. We had a good chance to kind of digest what we did, but the biggest thing was the energy was not there in a lot of those circumstances. Yeah. And I'm not kidding you, between me and him, we paid to be there, and we're the ones being like, okay, guys, like, let's get her going. That
was us. We used to go with a company. Probably told you. We went with a few companies on these, and it was us. Yeah. And they just stood back because they had no idea. They were just in for the money. Exactly. And they wasn't in for the entertainment of the people, and the experience of what you was looking for. People are not going to walk out the walls. You're trying to connect into energy. Yeah. And you're connecting into energy of lost souls. You're connecting into those lost souls who don't know no different. They think they're still where they are in the same era of what they are. Yeah. And they're afraid to go to the light because they think there's something bad there from. And so, like, if they're happy what they're doing, then leave them. They're eventually in time. If they've been there 300 years already, don't forget there's no time in the spirit world.
No
To
time.
them, it's like a couple of minutes, you know. They're happy what doing until they come and realise, because don't forget they've got their guides and that, and love, not their loved ones, because their loved ones have already gone, their guides, and they're trying to entice them to come over and see their loved ones, and they might bring a loved one forward, but they might not want to take notice of that loved one, you know, so so you leave them be. You just, you know, time. Great saying, time will tell, and so you know.
Yeah,
Don't know all the answers.
No,
you know, I'm as being a developing medium, only touching the surface. We really don't know the truth till we get there.
We will never know everything. We will only know it when.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We only know what God will, you know, say God the source will give us.
Will do us.
And exactly when they communicate, they're only allowed to give us so much.
Yeah. Another thing, just going back to this ghost hunt that we did, is, again, because it was, you're right. I mean, like, I respect the people who've, you know, organized it. They're wonderful people, I'm sure. But it was like, okay, let's fill up the bus. Okay, we're going to drive. Okay, everybody out. Okay, everybody in. You're going here. And it was just like, okay, and turn off the lights and let's see if something happens. And it's like, okay, like I'm not kidding you. That's exactly how it started. It was
really?
like, I'm not kidding. Like, even to Steve, I was like, okay, so usually you would do a prayer.
The first thing...
welcome.
Sorry, over talking you, but when we done, me and Steve done our first one, because we only done about 3 before we moved. And the first couple we done at Chatham Docks, Chatham Castle, for Amherst. And the first thing I done, like being the medium, we had a group of 20. The first thing I done was got everyone in a circle. Welcomed everyone. Well, we welcomed everyone when everyone turned up. We welcomed them and had a cup of tea and everything inside, and then explained to them in the evening what we're all going to be doing. And then I took everyone out and got them all in a circle and said to them, I said, like, look, nothing to be worried about. I'm going to I want you to be a prayer. I'm going to put a cloak of protection around you. My guides are coming in. We're going to ask Archangel Michael to come forward, put a great big cloak of protection around everyone. So, like, enjoy the evening. You're all protected. Done the prayer. Enjoy. Do not worry. No one's going home with you. So you're going to go home.
Exactly.
And
that's
then we
how
went,
it should be done.
And done the vigil. Well, we've done in groups. Steve took 10, I took 10. I've done the mediumship side. He went and done his wonderful gadgets.
He's got his gadgets and that.
Yeah. I'll have to tell your viewers, I'm back in the 40s. I don't do phones and I've got a...
You're a pad and paper kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm a paper and pen. I don't even do laptops. And,
they know. Usually I videotape it. Like, usually Brittany and I, like, we have a Zoom meeting happening. So they can see me and I can see Brittany and they can see us both together.
Okay,
and I'm like, I'm like, these notes are for me. They're not for anyone else. I totally get it.
Man, people say, like...
Yeah.
Do you do a phone reading? Will you do a call reading on a screen? What are you talking about? No.
Yeah.
Well, do a phone call reading? No, it's not me. If I'm
Say that now. Eat your words. You might be doing that. Next step. You never know.
No, it's not me. I look at if I'm working with spirit and that. I like it personal.
Totally, yeah.
1-to-1.
And that, and you know, that is your boundary. Because we have to set boundaries, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's me again. You know, don't get me wrong. Loads of people earn lots of money just picking the phone up and putting their pin in and getting 30 quid and getting half-hour reading. Yeah, that's their way. Me, I'm a personal person.
Yeah,
I like the person sitting with me. I like if they start crying to cuddle them. I like to hold their hand. I like, you know. I can't do it over a bloody phone call, can I? When they start crying on the phone, I want to cuddle them. So, like, you know, I don't like all technology.
You know what? That's fair.
I hate mobile. I've got a mobile. But it's handy, but I hate it. I like to go back 1940.
No, that's fair.
But that is, again, my personal choice.
Absolutely, and I respect that fully.
Yeah.
Going back to your protection and, you know, again, we're going into those, like I said, like I came prepared. Again, this is such a spoiler. We haven't even recorded the next episode yet because I want to sit down with Steve. I want to do this. And then my cousin Sash is going to join us virtually or whatever. We're going to like dissect the whole night. But that was like, I came prepared with my sage spray and I'm wearing my veil.
Val, you do realise you won't get me on the FaceTime thing, won't you? I'll have to fly out. I won't.
Yeah, and that's, you know, honestly, that's preferred. That's perfect. Well, I know Steve's the same. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I could set up a big Zoom meeting. Sash is in Canada.
We'll do,
Like, and Steve's, I said, like, can I send you a Zoom link? He's like, I'm like, never mind. How about I come to you? So we'll just do this. We'll just shoot the shit. It's fine.
Anyway, sorry. Go on. You put your Val.
But I like, I brought my sage spray. Like I brought my crystals. I put on I have my cloak protection. It's like an effervescent headband veil thing that I wear when I, what I put on when I need it, right?
Absolutely.
So I, again, put it around Steve and put it around Sash when we're going in. Like we didn't pray, but I was like aware that I was, making sure I was protected, that my people were protected. But like these people who, again, we paid. It's not always about money, but when it's like you're paying, I think we paid €85, which is nothing to laugh at. I mean, it was between, I think it was €75 maybe. It was, but I mean,
that's about 65 English pounds?
Probably about that. Probably 65 pounds, which is like well over $100 for our Canadian people. I'm sure it was about $100 for, and there's lots of the experience that I'm glad that we got to experience, which we will dissect, and I'm like, that's it for that. But it was like, okay, so if I'm paying that much and I'm not even like doing it the way it should be done, and not like there should be a roadmap, but like there should be like standard requirements. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever happens in between, we should still meet A and Z. Do you know what I mean? It should, like being people of the faith who practice and say they're this and that. It's like, but so you've protected yourselves, but like, what about the 50 people you dragged on a bus and brought to two different castles?
It's really weird because I just had thought just went straight through my head, because when your mum and dad and I was in Ireland in 2017,
18 for our wedding,
and we went to the monastery.
Yes, the abbey.
I protected them.
You
Your
did?
Mum and Dad, I protected them when we went in. I protected them when they come out. Yes, I remember. I put we all got in a circle then.
Yes, and, we did, with all the midges everywhere.
The
flies
midges
everywhere. We're like,
we all come
hiding.
out a bit. I come out like I had smallpox or something.
Seriously.
And
that experience was so wonderful. I mean, I have done it a few times, but my dad, I think it was very. So my mum.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, just the thought, just see it come from me.
That's so funny. Yeah, he definitely like. He was open to it. I'm glad he came. I'm really glad he came. I think my dad is precious, in that he's open to experiences, but he's also.
Yeah, your dad kept talking to me.
Probably.
When we was walking around the monastery, your dad did keep talking to us. We was walking around the monastery upstairs, and I was describing how I see things, and he was saying, I can see that.
Yeah.
If that was your dad, it might have been someone else.
Might have been. Same as Bill. He's got a mustache. Actually, I think he had a mustache at our wedding. I'll show you a photo of him later. But, when, because we were going through everything, and again, safely, because I believe in doing all of that safely, because I only want the light things, and the dark things can be deceiving, right? We can be tricked, we can be persuaded, and that's where...
A lot of the dark things come through your own mind as well, because they linger on, and they linger on your weaknesses.
They can be what could be called as festering, like it's if you come with that attitude and come with that energy, right, they will find you, right? And I mean, that sounds so scary, but it is scary for those who aren't prepared to deal with it, right? Who are naive to bring it in, right? So anyways, us knowing, I guess, again, we're going with you guys, and so I know what I'm going into, and it's fun, it's exciting, it's what are we going to find today? I mean, we've done the Abbey a couple of times, so I kind of know what to expect at this point, but it's like, okay, usually they don't want to talk, or they want to see Ryan, that's it. They want everybody else to go but Ryan to stay most times. It's like But my dad, like, he was so good. He was so respectful, and again, just kind of paying attention. He's what I would call like kind of a born again Catholic, or born late in life, because my mom was born Catholic. We were all baptized Catholic, and my dad probably converted from Anglican to.
Was there fishing around your dad? Dad's dad.
My dad's dad was not, as far as I know, an officiant. They did do a lot with the church, though. My grandmother played the organ for the church, and
fishing.
I could be wrong, but
No,
I mean, you never know.
Dad's dad.
Dad's dad.
Dad's
yeah.
dad.
Mm-hmm. He's the one that I believe came through this evening. I see him all the time. I don't say I see him all the time, but he like pops in. That's why he came and went as quick as he did, because it was like, oh, and bye. Like,
That course, yeah. No,
I believe that was my grandfather. Yeah.
There's there's a link with boats.
Boats.
Ship's boats. Not your dad. Your dad's dad.
My dad's dad. Okay, maybe.
Just hold on to it.
I'll hold on to that for now.
It's only, say what you see when I get a flash
I love
up.
it.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about that.
That was a load of rubbish, that read.
It's not. No, I take everything as you want, right?
Told you in Bexley.
No,
meant one.
but like, I'm glad. Don't feel like pressure. I always when I speak with mediums, I'm like, you're allowed to read me if you need to. Some people don't know that you can. You have my permission. You know what I mean? Some people are like so blocked that, like my sister, for example. It's like until I got permission for certain things.
Those last two people tonight.
Yeah.
And as I say, no one was doing the readings, and then Alison said, "I'll go to them too," and I've tried them, and they had a shutdown. And you can see when being up there when you're changing the subject.
Nope, I love it. It's great.
When and they just had a shutdown on them because the young girl didn't know half her family because she had been through abuse. But I couldn't turn around and say that on stage.
Yeah.
So I knew that.
Which couple was this? People in front of me?
The one Alison, I said, take over at the end.
For the ones that are like, no.
Now, the young girl there had been through abuse and that, and she didn't know, because I said that side of the family, so I didn't know them and everything, but she'd been through abuse when she was younger, so I couldn't say that on stage.
No.
So, that's why you hold it all back. So you just... And I don't know if you noticed, when Alison spoke to you, she said, you're very tearful. And she went, oh, yeah, I'm always crying. Because I know that. The other one was, the shutter was down. Yeah. She wanted one person only. Because I turned around and said to her, when I went to her, I said, who's the B?
Yeah.
She went, no, I don't know. When Alison turned around and said, what's your name? And the young girl said her name. She said, what's your name? She went, Barbara. I knew the shutter come down on it.
Exactly.
And the young girl I could have gone to, but there was a lot of issues there.
Yes, exactly. And you're right.
And when I turned and described the grandmother, and she went, oh, I didn't know her, but I've got a photo of her. And I went, well, did she look like? She went, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, and that's why I turned around and said, I've got to shut these two people down, because...
It's almost like the skeptics come to test you, right? Because there are always going to be skeptics.
I've had it so many times, and the thing is, when I get them, I've got nothing to prove. You come there for your loved one. I've got nothing to prove to you. And I get a lot of skeptics, but it doesn't matter how many times you're right, they're always going to say no. And even when you hit the nail on the head, they say no. And I've had it. And it's after they come back when no one's around, or they grab you down the road and they say, sorry.
Yeah.
And it was too late now, because you've done what you wanted to do in front of the whole audience.
Exactly. Everybody thinks that
I take them with a pinch of salt,
Yeah.
So that's why, going back to when I say, when you do mediumship, you're always right.
Yeah. Your confidence is key.
Yeah, don't let anyone... And you're going to have it. I'm going to give you an example. When I very first started, this is how spirit make you work. Yeah. And the thing is, when you've got skeptics, going to skeptics, and you're going to get a lot of them. I had it when I very first started working, And the thing is, I'm going to jump the gun a little bit backwards and forwards, because you think to yourself, right, I'm working with God, I'm working with Spirit, why would you do these things to me? But it's because it's that trust, the patience and the trust. Trust us. You know what we're doing. And it's all for your development.
Yeah.
Now, when I very first started, I done my very first demonstration at the church, 2017. I wasn't meant to demonstrate. I come up on the Sunday to sit in the audience. The medium never turned up. Right? Now, I'd only been sitting in the Thursday circle, which I told you about earlier, for about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I turned up, and Alison and Wendy, who was the teacher who said about, were differing at the door as I turned up. When oh, Ian, yeah, come in. And I walked in and they're differing at the door. But there was a woman in there who was half drunk. Anyway, the medium never turned up, but she was a medium. Oh. So I've turned up and I've just gone into the toilet and I could hear them all talking outside, and then I've gone through into the hall and I've come out the toilet and Wendy's called me into the kitchen. So in. She went, you ready? And I went, sorry, she went, the medium's not turned up, will you do the service? And I went, Wendy, well, I'll have a go at the medium. Shit, but I ain't going to do it. How am I going to do a prayer and a speech? I ain't got to, how do you talk to people? I said, I'll have a go at the medium. Shit. Yeah. She went, you'll be fine. She said, Alison do the address and everything for you. Yeah. You do the prayer. You know how to do it. Oh, yeah. You do the address and everything. Anyway, this other woman kept coming out, and she was half cut. She was medium. This is how spirit works for you. So I went, okay, I'll go in the back room and get my thoughts. So I went out in the back room. Yeah. So anyway, this woman had been there half hour. I didn't know she was drunk. This is after. I thought she was just quite sociable. Yeah. And she was saying, what I found out after was she's a medium, and she heard the medium, I'll get up and do it and everything, and I said, no, we'll sort it out. Anyway, she sat down in the audience with a bloke. Anyway, so I went in the back room. Well, when I got up there, 6:15, there was only about 15 people in there, so like tonight. Yeah,
kind of scattered, kind of everywhere.
Yeah. So I've gone in the back room and sitting there thinking, oh my good God. As you do, oh my good God. Oh God, what am I going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Wendy, what have you done to me? And Wendy's come in, she went, you'll be fine. And again, I had all that nervous
energy.
Which,
for
the last 5 I've worked on.
Yes.
And thrown in the deep end. So I've gone out, packed, not a seat, empty. So I've gone and sat on the stage, and I am a bundle of nerves. Yeah. I can't even keep my hands still. Yeah. And Alison, who you met tonight, got up, done everything. She went, oh, Ian, do that in prayer. Luckily,
they've got a prayer there.
Wendy had put one up there, and I didn't need glasses, so I said, you join me now, and put me out and read it. Yeah. But, God bless, thank you. Sat back down. Alison's got up, done a healing, got talking, and she turned around, because Wendy hadn't relayed to her about the address. Oh, Ian, will you do the address? No. I just looked at her and I went, okay.
Of course.
Okay. I wanted a big hole to open me up. What am I going to talk about? So I got up, and that's how spirit worked with it, because I wasn't prepared, and I just got up and I went, Oh, hello everyone, and I started blubbering on, talking about life rubbish. Can't even remember. I was so bad and
The
nerves.
gift of the gab.
As I'm talking, woman in the audience, that's your opinion. Stop me in my tracks. So, and I went, so like, so when you're looking, started saying that, yeah, but that's your opinion. Is this a medium?
Yeah.
So I stopped, and I thought, well, hold on. I went, right, so I said, like, whatever I said, anyway, what I like doing is telling a joke to raise the vibrations. So I started telling a joke. She went, well, that ain't bloody funny, is it? Anyway, as people in the church, when you're not coming up to an hour, like, and telling you got to go.
Yeah.
And, like, making a big scene. In fact,
Why are you
like,
here?
and I'm standing there and I'm thinking, my very first,
Yeah.
which I wasn't expecting to do, weren't
Yeah. Getting heckled.
I'm getting right heckled by this woman, and she's made this great big drama entrance. She said, oh, well, I'm going, and she's throwing her shawl around her, and I'm standing there like this. But then the bloke's got up and he's staring at me, and all I wanted to do is go, what the fuck are you looking at, prick?
Yeah.
Because I'm wound up now.
Exactly, yeah.
But I held my tongue.
Yeah.
And he just stared at her like, and escorted him out. And I'm just standing there, gobsmacked, now I'm wound up. And a woman down the front in the audience went, carry on with your joke. And I went, oh, sorry. And I went, yeah, of course. And so I carried on with it, and everyone started laughing with the joke. And I went, oh, I sat down, and then Nathan got back up, and then they put the music on, and I was sitting there. And I thought to myself, did that happen?
Did that just happen?
But then I'm thinking, the spirit with me.
Mm-hmm. Did you
I've
take
got to
it
demonstrate now.
with you? Yeah.
And then the music stopped, and Alison got up and said like, we want to hear you, and over to you, Ian. And it was my first ever time. And I got up, and I'd done the demonstration. Can't tell you if it was rubbish or good. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was.
You did it.
I got and done it, and I come off after, and like, and somebody, oh, that went well. And I went, oh, did it? And I went, oh, did it?
That's
I got a clue. And Wendy come and she went, Wendy Miriam said, points to prove on, but weren't bad. Because she was stern, but she was truthful, which I like.
That's good. Yeah. To the point. Right?
Yeah. So, and it's only over the few years that I thought about it.
Yeah.
As we spoke earlier, how spirit test you.
Yeah.
Was thrown in deep, not only thrown in the deep end to do a demonstration because the medium hadn't turned up, but also vernacular. So was spirit saying, we're going to see if you're ready for this or not.
Exactly. And let's put you through the ringer.
Threw two things at me in one stone. I never went up there for a year.
Oh, really?
No, only joking.
I
was up there as quick as I was up there again on the Thursday. But that was just thrown in, and, something like that, being an advanced medium, not even doing that, and spirit throwing, you question. A lot of people think, well, why do I want to do this? So then, if you come into mediumship, whatever throws at you, keep at it.
Yeah.
Keep at it.
Keep at it.
Yeah, just keep at it, because that could have thrown me.
Well, a gift like that is something that you don't lose. Yeah. You may, it's kind of, they don't say like riding a bike, but it's like learning a skill that you'll, like for crocheting. Again, it's just something, eventually it'll be second nature.
It's second nature.
But it does not take 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year to master anything. And you'll never master it.
No. It's like any course in life you do.
Yeah.
You're improving all the time, and it's the same working with spirit. You're working on that love vibration. You're working all the time, and And the thing is, it's not putting your guard down, because you don't need to put your guard down. You just got to have that patience and that trust.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to say it again, we're human.
Yeah. And that's
A
kind
spirit in a human body. And excuse me, your doubts, all those doubts, and if I'm good, if I'm bad, that's part and parcel of life. Just think to yourself, I can do it, I can do it. And even when you don't think you can do it, you can do it. I got on stage tonight and I've been feeling, everyone's been going through the flu, and today I've been feeling so drained. But when you work with spirit, if you've got the flu, whatever, don't let them down, because as soon as you get on stage, they take it away. They take all them symptoms away, and they let the love flow through you. But as soon as you finish,
you get it all back.
You get it all back. They say, sorry, you got it all back.
Yeah. Oh, you got a stuffy nose? Let me just take
you
it for an
got
hour.
it back. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And it's true. Honestly, it is true. You've got an headache, pumping headache, before you get up on that stage, it all goes. As soon as you get off, it all comes back.
Yeah. I do want to ask.
Ask away.
So this is something that I struggle with, and I don't know if it is because of my like religious background of, you know, like I don't even say that I had religious trauma by any means, because just growing up, and no fault of my parents, but I would say society, being raised in a Catholic, you know, I was baptized Catholic. I did the Catholic school. I graduated Catholic, and it was like, we haven't baptized our kids. It was just, you know, we haven't. I think it wasn't a revolt, but I feel like the more I learned about the Catholic Church, the more I was like, mm-mm. And
see, that's the thing, jumping in.
No,
that's the thing with religion. Because, as I said before, spiritualism is free will.
Yes.
You know, you believe it or you don't believe it. And that's the thing with Catholicism, spiritualism, Judaism, whatever. Whatever God you preach to, because you're all preaching the same God.
Yeah.
It's only because my dad said a wonderful thing to me. He believes in God. He doesn't believe in the people who work for him. Which is a wonderful saying.
Yes, exactly.
Wonderful saying. Because, you know, when you hear all the things through the Catholic Church, the Christianity Church and whatever, so like, you know...
it's tainted. Everything has been tainted. There's no... Yes, anyways, go on, please.
Like you saying, struggle with the religion or whatever you brought up. All my children not christened.
No, yeah.
I was christened and that because that's what everyone...
That's what we had to do. But our parents felt like they had to do.
They, you know...
Or whatever, it was just the norm.
I never christened any of my children because I turned around and said, because even going back then, before I even got mediumship, I must have known something, because even then I said, like, they can decide themselves when they're older.
Yeah, of course. I always say this. I pierced Maria's ears,
well,
but I wouldn't. But I didn't baptize her.
Yeah, absolutely.
I changed her body, but I didn't, you know, baptize her. But right, yeah.
Well, my daughters have been tattooed, but
exactly.
but
God forbid. Exactly. Right. Yeah.
It's just all the ways of the human world.
Yeah.
It's not about the spirit and the love of God, so it doesn't matter. It's we're all spirit, and whatever you do on this earth, just enjoy and get through it. Don't worry about the religion. Religion is all wars and evils.
Exactly. And like I find that's on my own healing journey through the spirituality is like, I know what I have, but I think that I don't want to say resentment towards the church, but probably there is, you know, like there's a line that rings true, or not rings true, but like that when I think of going to Catholic church, because I had to go many times, I could memorize the mass, but there's like, when we're all standing and we're doing things, there's a line, and it's and I quote, "It is right to give him thanks and praise." That's the line. And I for the longest time, for every time I go, I'm at the point where I can't even say that. I won't say that, because who on earth am I praising? Is it some guy named Jesus, or is it my God? Not saying that Jesus did not exist. I'm not dumbing down the faith. But in my personal, it was just like, if God in this faith is allowing his people, like I believe that yes, God's word is God's word, but I think the Bible that Christians live by is man's word. It has been manipulated. It is not. God wouldn't want the people people to persecute those who have, in every aspect of it. It's like premarital anything, or like children out of wedlock, abortion, or any of this, trans. Gay, anything.
It
opens up a whole chapter. I know.
It opens up, as you say, it opens a chapter of everything. But I always go back to saying, see, I really believe in reincarnation.
Yes.
I believe we're all come here to learn a lesson, and we don't learn it, we come back to learn more lessons. And I absolutely believe when young ones are born and pass within, whether it's days, months or years, and that is all because they had to touch the earth for one reason, just for another little purpose. And as sad as it is, we're all progressing to evolution all the time. And I believe in reincarnation. I believe we come back to do rights from wrongs. I do believe in that. Don't know all the answers, can't give you the answers. We no one will know the answers, no matter how many people turn around and say to you, whether it's medium psychics, or philosophers, or or gypsies, whatever. We don't know all the answers till we go home. No. But my belief is we're here to learn lessons, and whether we put them right while we're here or put them wrong, we find that out when we go back. But what I do know is not to worry about anything. It's just to enjoy life. Whatever life throws at you, good and bad, enjoy. And that's so hard. And what's so hard about enjoying life, good and bad, is not about other people, feeling good or bad about other people, about yourself. And I'm only just starting to learn that, about all the wrongs and rights you do yourself. And you can shrug it off, but it's only recently I've started realising now the right and wrongs, the choices I've made towards other people and that, and towards myself. Because I really do now believe is I've got to love myself to be able to love others, and that's so hard.
That's the hardest, one of the hardest lessons in our lives, I think.
And that is like, I'm just starting to really accept that now as part of one of our 7 principles. I never thought about it, it's only just started dawning on me. And, that is because I love everyone else. I do everything for everyone. I literally do everything for
I think you're one of those, you're kind of empathic in that sense, where you do things for other people, not to feel good, but to make others feel good, right? Yeah. You get that serotonin because they feel good, right? Yeah.
I'm trying to make everyone feel good, even the good and bad things I do.
Yes.
I'm trying to make them feel. And I'm not actually looking at Ian within. What makes Ian happy?
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the episode. It's Jessica here again. I really wanted to thank Ian for coming on and, really being so candid. And I'm just so amazed. He's so positive and so, you can tell he's such a bright light to like his family, to the community, and, to other people that he encounters. So I'm really excited to see where his journey takes him. And I just wanted to thank him and thank you guys for listening. Before I let you go though, I did do a little bit of a card reading. Typically I do the animal spirit cards, but I wanted to do an actual reading today. I was kind of going through my stuff and I was like, no, I think there's a message in here for somebody. So I am doing the Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radley Valentine. Excellent artwork done by, the illustrations are done by Dan Craig, and I'll post a photo of these to our social media so you can have a look here. But I think somebody out there, this is for someone. So it was a four card spread, and essentially I'm going to read it by card by card. So the first one I've got is a 7 of, in this deck, tarot or whatever, is Earth. And we are hyper focused on one specific thing. Now, we could be thriving at this one specific thing, and it is beautiful, it is grown, it is thriving, but we're kind of like forgetting that there's other things around us that need to be nurtured. So it could be that we're afraid to look away because everything is doing really well in this one area of our lives. It could be a thing, it could be an area, it could be a relationship, it could be something specific, but maybe it's time to like, get some perspective. So moving on to my next card, it's the Three of Fire. This is a dream card, basically. It is planning for the long term. It is kind of looking into our dreams and like what we would like to accomplish. My first thought looking at this card is like, basically the sky is the limit. Like there is nothing that we can't achieve. So maybe it is, I'm gonna read through the cards and I'm gonna go over my like synopsis at the end. But then the next card I have is the Star. So this card represents to me we're overflowing with opportunity, with joy, with something we've got a lot of, and we're willing to kind of share it. So that could be metaphorically for like pouring, giving ourselves to others and pouring into other people's cups and kind of being, it's steadfast. We've got a lot of it to share. So just kind of keep that in mind. The last card I have is the King of Wind. So now this is a very like stagnant card I usually find. But this card to me in this spread kind of seems like we're I shouldn't say we're content with where we are, but we are just like, we feel like this is the top. Like, how can it get any better? Like if we're going to do more things, why would we change the situation when it's already so good? So at the bottom, or I guess overall, like what I'm seeing with these cards is like we need to like maybe take a step back and kind of realize what our bigger dreams are. And that even though we've reached like, the top of our mountain, whatever that might look like, there's still more. And just because we've achieved so many dreams so far, doesn't mean that those dreams are, there's not more to come from it. So to the person that needs to hear this, I do think it's, it's time to start dreaming again, especially going into the new year. We can manifest the hell out of next year. Like there's no limit. There's nothing you cannot ask the universe for. So, yeah, I'm feeling that. Anyways, I hope it applies to somebody. I don't know. I always say, take what you want and leave the rest behind. If it's not for you, it might be for somebody else. But that is just what, my guides have told me to spew today. So anyways, that's our episode. Again, want to really thank Ian Wilson for coming on the podcast. I hope to have him back. But you guys are welcome to email us or reach out to us through social media. Let us know what you thought of the episode. Any suggestions for future episodes. We will have a lot coming in the new year. But yeah, give us a shout. We're on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Basic Banter for Witches. And you can also email us basicbanter4witches@gmail.com. So yeah. We'll see you guys next time. Brittany will be back. And yeah. Thanks again, guys. Love you and talk to you soon.